Hi everybody and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Let's get into today's results, hex.com, let's go. And of course, here we are on day 786, folks, 26th of January 2022. And we got a price of 18.4 cents, down 4.4%. And we're going to look at that, why that happened, because we were actually powering over 20 cents for a little while. And so we're going to check that out later in the video. All right, so let's have a look here. A return on investment multiplier for all-time low. That's the 5th of January. 2020 is 3,267x, excluding the staker benefits. And a payout on the T-shares, 6.0868. Wham, we're just loving this. And the T-share rate, $3,787. Definitely cheaper to get it. A T-share and another day of 6.2 increase in the T-share rate. Man, oh man. That's really starting to move higher. We got 20,532.8. Pretty spectacular. Let's have a look at the average staking length in years is down to 6.10. And of course, probably some more volume staking there. So we'll check that out later. And of course, the annual percentage yield rate interest in early in-stake penalties, 38.76%. Pretty nice, especially in this higher inflation era. Liquidity in the pool, 140.5 million hex, and liquidity USDC 28.4. Looks like some liquidity has been pulled out of there. We're going to I'll probably check that after the live stream. And 1,532 is where the ETH lies. So looks like some USDC has been taken out of there. All right, let's have a look at the total value locked, 11.15 billion, and the market cap there, 106 billion, including the origin accounts, 40.03 billion on the T-share market cap, and a T-shares 10,572,000, down 4,700. Pretty similar to yesterday's increase, interestingly enough. Let's look at the supplies, and 638 billion total supply with minted inflation to 10.8 million. So that's just hit over the 8 there, 36.38. Circulating supply, 577.5, down 215. Hey, that's nice. Three decreases in the last 3 days. And what's that? 6 out of the last 10 days being decreased in circulating supply. So very nice to see that. Stake supply, 60.4 billion. And that is up 226 million. Hence, why we've probably got a pull down in the average stake length, because that big amount probably is a little bit shorter in terms of the stake period. GA down 4 million, and the stake percentage at 9.48%, up from yesterday with that nice, beautiful stake there of $250 million. Payout in Hex, 64.1 million. Total penalties, 1.3 million. Very nice. We love the penalties. And total holders, 414,372, up 351. Stake is up 125 to 76,790. Total stake is up 150 to 97,640. And current holders up 130 to 278,465. So that's the results for day 786. Would have been better with the price. But of course, we got some selling. So we're going to check that out soon. We can see the selling there in the chart. Let us make that big screen. We can see that we had a big sell candle just before the close. Otherwise, we had been rallying all the way up to, what's this candle here? This is a few hours ago, maybe 7 hours ago. We rallied up to 20.3 cents. Yeah, we got this sell-off. And this was from a stake that got unstaked. So this kind of impacted the price. And that's all you need is an OG to unstake and sell. And that's what happened. So we saw that coming out. That was after 300 so days. We're going to check that out shortly. Let's get into the T-share rate, 3,770 at the moment, at a price at 18.3 cents. US liquidity is at 86.3 on the USD liquidity. The T-share price is just consolidating down here. I think it's going to consolidate here and then have a nice big ramp up. So we're looking forward to that. Adoption is up and to the right, and I'm expecting that to bolster, supercharged when Pulse Chain launches. Our T-share rate is up and to the right, and that's going pretty nice. Look at that. And I think that since this point here, we've got a bit of a curve and way it's going. So very, very nice to see that. T-share payout per has been fantastic for T-shares. Man, oh man, look at this. Just over 6. It just keeps climbing. Very good rewards. Now, this is the 15-year staking view for everybody that staked in Hex. And, of course, we're going to zoom in on this next 6 months period. And so let's jump to that. We've got these candles coming out by the 30th. We've got 87,000 T-shares coming out. And then by the end of February, we've got 335,000 T-shares coming out. Then we've got very little after that. So very, very cool. I think this candle here might have just popped up here a little bit, 340 million X there. It seems like that's just come into play. Otherwise, we've got a lot of space there. Some of this will probably, no doubt, restake into here. So we might find out a few more candles, but they're slowly breaking apart. And that's what we love to see. Very, very cool. All right, let's jump over to the whales and see what actually happened to the price. We had 13.3 million US dollars staked for 10 days. This is the short-term stake as we talk about. We had 14.5 million hex in staked after 380 days. They paid this is only 1 hour ago. So this is what happened to the price. They had got 1.1 million hex penalty, so that's good for us. But we had to pay, even though we got rewarded with this penalty, we had to pay for them deciding to sell down their stakes here. And this is what they did. So they sold down 10.9 million to 2.7. This is what dumped the market just before the close. That otherwise we would have a much better price. So they sold out there. Would they get 2.5 million US dollars? What they took. Very, very cool. 37.6 million stake for 34 days. Another one of these short-term stakers, 34 days. So there. And that was it for the current period. So nice. All in the last hour, we got all the action. Let's jump over to Pulse Chain. Obviously, waiting for Pulse Chain. Of course, it's going very, very well with the minimum viable product. And of course, we're going to look at that later when we get to Richard Hart's latest tweets. But very, very nice. Let's jump over to the Pulse Chain. 3.6 seconds. We just had over 1 million transactions on the Testnet version 2. Very, very cool. Look at that, 1,020,000. That's a huge jump. There is a lot of transactions happening on here now. Look at us, 11, 6, 19, 10, 8. And we have the big news, of course, that PulseX is being tested on the Pulse Chain Testnet 2. That's PulseX, folks. Very, very cool being tested. Look at that. You can see the transactions have jumped up there. That's got to be a major impact there. Looks like it's jumped quite a bit there, maybe a couple 100,000 transactions. And we can see there's so many transactions on this block. This is very good also for testing. Pulse Chain Testnet 3, that's very good for that. Let's jump over to PulseX and see the results at the moment. Let's refresh this. We've got 951 million US dollars on the ETH chain sacrifice. Beautiful. We've got 23 hours and 35 minutes to go until another 5% increase. So we've just ticked over the next day. The current rate for 10,000 points, folks, is 10,000 points for $2.41. $2.41, and here we are. We're getting towards the end of what I call the early days for this. And then we're going to start moving up into getting slightly higher prices, $3, $4 there. So cool. That's where we're at the moment. So nice. Let's jump away to the PulseX DApp. If you want to sacrifice, this is pulsex.info. This is the official DApp, and just follow the instruction very carefully, and you'll be perfectly fine with that. You can always do a small amount to test it, and away you go with it, your full amount after that. All right, so total US sacrifice so far. Let's refresh this too. Obviously, this includes Binance Smart Chain and the Polygon Matic chain as well as Ethereum. We're at $996,350,000. Pretty nice, folks. And we finally hit over the 17 trillion PulseX points here. Very, very good. So big congratulations to everybody. The total wallets is crossed over 120,000 as well. So 120,633 wallets. Very, very cool on that. Join me later on today for the PulseX live show. This is going to be super good. So definitely check that out. We're going to talk about the results as well for day 29. We're currently in day 30, and you can see that on here. We're currently in day 30 here. We're going to get to day results there. 29 has come out. So nice. So just under 2 million, 1,966,000. So very, very cool. All right, catch me later for that. Let's jump over to the big news of the day. Richard Hart's tweet, Pulse Chain update. This is 16 hours ago. We've got PulseX.com working on private testnet with the 0.29% trade fee and other parameters activated and tested. So what's remaining going forward? This is huge news, by the way. There's PulseX on there. We can see that on the Pulse Chain. Very, very nice. The AMM bot coming up in the future. AMM bot, Fixer bot, Uniswap, SushiSwap, etc. Sacrifice totals and the incentive DAO. So very cool. That's what's coming up. That's what's remaining. So awesome stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Catch me for the PulseX live show later on. It's going to be super fun. The community loves it, and I love it too. So catch me then. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye for now.